Hello everyone, Racemon here. Now, I am not playing a game, oddly enough, but I'm looking at something that's in this little box. Now, that's my old card. The old card that I recorded videos with and everything else. And the reason why it's not in my computer anymore is because it had a slight issue. It was down in the bottom, right about where my thumb's at. You can see a bit of damage there on the bottom. This card actually had some damage done to it from just using it. So it lasted about a year and 4 months, I think, is about how long it's lasted. My first video was like a year ago, so that tells you an idea. Only could support 2 monitors. Well, actually 3, because my motherboard has a port, and oddly enough it actually works with the card. I don't get how that works at all. And in the front, it's actually pretty okay, entirely. The fan still works, which is, I guess, okay. It's pretty clean for what it is. But that's the fan, and the card that I had to take out. Can't really put it back in. But you see the size of that, right? Well, the card that was in it was a GTX 950 by P&Y, which I'm okay with the company P&Y. Like, the card that's currently in there has dual fans, which is good. It's overclocked, and it doesn't really use the overclock very often. So I have the GeForce GTX 950 in my computer, which I'll show you in a bit. But this isn't the only thing that got replaced. And also, P&Y did give me an installation disc. Serves its purpose, so that's good. Also, there's the little registration on the bottom somewhere, right here, that I'm going to have to cut out. I'm not going to show that because I don't know what that would do. So we're going to set that over there. And move over to the next thing that I replace. Let's just move that, because that's not important either. So here's the old power supply that I took out. And it's a very low power, so if I can just rip this out of here. Right. It's made by a company I've never heard of in my life. So I'm going to set this down so the power on it that it outputs is about, I think, 280 watts. I can't tell where it's at. The maximum power shall not exceed 250 watts. So that means that this is pretty low power, so I had to definitely replace this. And I noticed just my processor alone reaches 300 watts, which is, well, that's what it says on the thing that I use to be able to tell me what it is. So, it's white or silver, depends on you. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in the box with all these wires all over the place. With only one hand, this is hard. As you can see, I struggle with this type of stuff, but I'll fix that later. So, I've got the old card, got the old power supply, and I can just put this back on there. You know, there we go. Because even though that card is damaged, I can still use it, but it's just not recommended to. So let's go ahead and move to my computer. So, here we are at my computer. And as I said, I had taken out the power supply and put a new one in. So you can see my cable management is absolutely god-awful. So you can't really blame me for that, but, you know, yeah, I kind of suck at my cable management because it goes all the way down there. And it's just, this is awful. But, besides that, I already have the power supply in, because that's what I did last week. I have the graphics card, which was also put in about last week. Now, the thing that took me forever is, you can probably tell, the power supply and wiring it all up, you know, all of it. So you can see that I have an adapter right there, And I had an adapter earlier, which I looked for just right now, and you can hear that my voice faded away, but it's not in the other area. So you see my cable management sucks, yeah. But here's the power supply, the TR2 600 watt, because I'm pretty sure I didn't show you in the other clip. Oh, made by Thermaltake. So, good job Thermaltake, you got my money, that's for sure, with the TR2 series. Now I read that this power supply is not the best, but, you know, the only issue people had was it was messing up their boards. The board that this has is a pre-built board, and it barely fits too. So I don't know about that. And this is almost a EG case, so it's close to the right sizes to be an EG case. If you don't know what that means, look it up. Look up an EG case, okay? So that's the card, right? It's black. Here's power supply. It's black. Me and my friends have a ongoing joke about what I'd use because, well, let's look at a few examples. My little SD card adapter is black, which is common. I have a portable hard drive. It's black. My keyboard is black. My mouse is black. My bottom monitor is black. My top monitor is black, which only comes from this card being here that I have two monitors. So everything appears to be going black and not going back. So that's a thing. As well as, like, you know, the sleeve for the main power cable for the motherboard, that's black. The connection to the motherboard on that wire is black. All of these little connections here, which I don't know how far I have to be back for it to focus, they're black. And this card is an extreme black, by the way. Like, ooh, man, it's black. Yeah, as I said earlier, right? The graphics card has two fans, right? And there's one you can kind of see, and the other is right there that you can kind of see. As you can tell, they're off, but yet my entire computer's on because I have a special profile set onto it where the fans don't turn on until 40 Celsius. The reason why I put that profile on there is because they weren't turning on until 60 Celsius. That's hot, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my card operating at 60 Celsius all the time. Because when the 720 graphics card, which is what I was using previously to record videos, when that failed, it was running about 60 to 70 Celsius. The highest it's ever reached is 72. And I think the highest this 950 card has reached thus far is 62 Celsius. So 10 Celsius difference so far. So I haven't abused it quite yet. My hard drive is, of course, the original. RAM slots are basically the original except for the one on the left, the very, very left, that's in the second group of two slots. That one is the 8 gig. The other two are 4 gigs, so I have 16 gigs. The CPU is still the i5-4460, because I'm not going to change that out, because this is probably going to be my daily computer in the future when I fix all of this. Got the TR2 at 600 watt, got a normal CD reader, got a terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive by Seagate. I think it's the Barracuda. Or wait, is it the Barracuda? Honestly, I don't know about that, but for some reason the Barracuda is in my mind. Have an extra fan down there. So, I like this fan. Made by Inspiron, I think is how you pronounce their name. And I do only have 2 screws in it. I have one here and one on the other side. But I have none on the bottom, so that's a thing. Also, this is in a room where it gets really dirty, as you can tell, because I can just wipe my finger on this, and you can basically see where it came from. So currently, this is not in a healthy spot. But this is what I've been working on, and this is why I missed an upload. So until next time, this has been Racemon, and I will see you later.